if they make Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania a career versus title, and Roman Reigns retires The Rock, I will freaking lose my mind. And that's probably what they're going to do. They want to make Roman Reigns the most unbelievable force that has ever happened in wrestling. I absolutely believe that that would happen. You take all of the great wrestlers, all of the great champions over the years, the ones that have had longevity. Obviously, you've got a champion here, a champion there. You've got people that you can say are overhyped and overrated. But if you look at the guys that have carried the company, Rock, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, obviously Cena, CM Punk had his run. I would never say Punk actually carried the company, even though he deserved to carry the company. He never truly carried the company. Brock Lesnar, which I've never been the biggest fan of Brock Lesnar as a wrestler, but Roman Reigns, by a mile, the most overrated, overhyped top guy we have ever had in wrestling history. Tonight, The Rock returned to WWE Monday Night Raw. Now, we just started talking about wrestling here on this channel, so let me be clear. I have not been into wrestling for about 10 years. I have been a huge wrestling fan my entire life, but the last 10 plus years, I've been pretty checked out on it for the most part. But I've recently started to get more interested in it. The return of CM Punk I thought was fantastic, and I am a big fan of CM Punk, but the current product has turned me off for a while now. Here we have Roman Reigns being the champion for I don't know how many years now, and I don't like Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is absolute trash. I think he's garbage. I've never liked Roman Reigns. I watched when they were really pushing Roman Reigns very, very hard several years ago. He couldn't cut a promo to save his life. He's not a good in-ring worker. I don't like Roman Reigns. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's the worst thing we've ever seen. But I do think that he is very, very, very overhyped and overrated. I don't think he's deserving of the title. I don't think he is good on the mic. I think he has grown. He's gotten better. I've watched a lot of his promos from the past, and he has definitely grown, but I don't like him, and he always needs somebody else to put him over. He always needs someone else to make him look good, and it drives me crazy. And now here we are. The Rock shows back up on Monday Night Raw. Now, of course, we are in January. We're leading into the Royal Rumble. There's a lot of speculation about CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think that's going to be a fantastic feud right there. I can't wait to see what they do with that. And the great thing about Seth Rollins and CM Punk is that you're going to be blending the lines of what's real and what's not real. These guys really hate each other. And that's what's beautiful about professional wrestling, when you can get those moments where you have to question if these guys really hate each other. Is there real tension? Is there real heat? And that is beautiful. We got that with The Rock and Cena all of these years ago. When The Rock and Cena had their WrestleMania once-in-a-lifetime matches, I literally, when I was watching those, I was like, do The Rock and Cena actually hate each other? And I do think there was some professional tension there. I do think there was some professional tension. But I couldn't tell. I was like, do they really hate each other? That's good. When you have to ask yourself those questions, that is good. And that's when wrestling is at its best. Now you have The Rock returning. And why is The Rock returning? So he can basically put over his family member, Roman Reigns. Well, let's listen to what happened tonight. Now, I don't know how much of this I can play. We're going to try to play through it, but I do like the direction of the promo. So let me get rid of my issues with The Rock. I don't really like Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a human being. I don't like him as a human being. He is a phenomenal all-time great wrestler. He's all-time great on the mic. He's really good in the ring, and he is an icon of wrestling. There's no doubt about that. No doubt, all right? So he is an icon. I'm not going to dispute that at all. And he's one of the greatest of all time, definitely. He's not on my Mount Rushmore, but I would say The Rock is definitely among the greatest of all time. With that said, he's well past his relevancy, in my opinion, but he still does make noise when he shows back up, and this has got people like me talking. This is my first wrestling video on the channel. I would have made one with CM Punk, talking about the CM Punk situation, if I would have, been kind of plugged in and watching that and had this channel going, but I didn't. So, of course, I can't play the official WWE version because they will hit you really, really quickly. Here we go. This is The Rock returning to Monday Night Raw.
Oh, by the way, one more thing. Tonight, after all this ass kicking, Rock is going to go out in San Diego. I'm a little hungry.
So he's saying he's going to go out in San Diego, and he's a little hungry. So he's going to go out and eat in San Diego, all right?
I'm going to go get something to eat. When The Rock goes out to get something to eat tonight in San Diego, should The Rock sit in a booth?
So a lot of people didn't really know where he was going with this, which it's good. I mean, The Rock is one of the best promos in the history of professional wrestling. There's no doubt about that. He's one of the best ever. I don't even think anyone would be willing to argue that point, and you shouldn't. If you are a logical thinking person, you should not be questioning. Rock is clearly one of the best people ever on the mic. No doubt about it.
Or should The Rock sit at the bar? Yeah, Rock loves the bar too. Or should The Rock sit at the head of the table?
And so right there, The Rock asking, should he sit here, should he sit there, or should he sit at the head of the table, which is clearly throwing down the gauntlet and saying that he wants to face Roman Reigns, and we all know that this is going to be set up for WrestleMania. And I do think that that's a really attractive match. It's going to bring a ton more eyes to the equation, but the fans of current WWE have been hoping for Cody Rhodes to get this opportunity to take down Roman Reigns. And so essentially it looks like Cody Rhodes is going to get screwed over once again. That's what it seems like on the surface. But time will tell what really happens. But that is kind of the latest right now. A lot of people are going to be upset that Cody Rhodes doesn't get his shot, and a lot of people are assuming it's going to get pushed to next year. Next year, Cody Rhodes will get to end the chapter on this long, drawn-out storyline. I don't know. Does this take away any of the steam that CM Punk has created? I don't know. It's hard for me to say that. I mean, I personally think CM Punk is far more interesting than The Rock. I like CM Punk more as a wrestler than I've ever liked The Rock. And I think Punk is just as good on the mic as The Rock. I think he's better in the ring than The Rock. And I think that him intertwining, all of this storyline with CM Punk, blurring these lines of real and, what's scripted, that's what makes Punk so awesome, which is what made Stone Cold so awesome, which is what made the NWO so awesome, when you have to question if it's real. So I will check out this entire episode of Monday Night Raw and give everybody my feedback, but that is where we are. The Rock has returned. He's called out Roman Reigns. It appears that Cody Rhodes is going to get shafted again. Then you still have the CM Punk, Seth Rollins dynamic. I think that there's a lot of interesting storylines in the WWE right now, and I'm very excited.